Hello everyone, welcome to my video. Today is Saturday the 28th of September 2024. My name is Dan Kita from Thailand. In this video, I'd like to talk about the true Dharma for the people who have the most wisdom. If you are a real person who wants to end suffering and attain Nirvana in this life, you have to listen to me only. Because I'm present in Thailand. I'm ready to help everyone on this earth to attain Nirvana in this life. I'm ready, but you ready? Are you ready? It's up to you. The word Pra-Arahant means a perfect person who has realized as it is and has attained Nirvana. Dharma was taught by the Buddha can solve all problems, not just temporarily, but forever. If you want to end suffering permanently, you must attain Nirvana in this life. Achieving Nirvana is the end of all suffering because there is no cause to be born anymore. This means you can stop the cycle of death and reincarnation forever and escape from samsara forever too. Buddhism does not teach us to solve life problems and not teach to let go when we are suffering. The cause of suffering is we are misunderstanding. We believe that this is our true self, so we attach to everything in this world. In reality, what you see now doesn't mean anything. You see it the way you see it the way you see it. What you see now doesn't mean a man who is walking, doesn't mean a man who is speaking, and doesn't mean a man who is singing. ขอสักเพลงนะครับ The young one, darling, were the young one, and the young one. Oh, again, อีกเพลงช้า Don't look so sad, I know she's true. ไม่ธรรมดา Just kidding. What you see now doesn't mean a man who is singing, doesn't mean a man who is speaking. Hey man, you got the name, what's your job, where were you born? I show you like this doesn't mean anything. It's just a body posture of the human. Because you have never heard somebody say like me before. I show you like this. Doesn't mean a man who is playing a guitar. Can you realize your thought? I show you like this. Doesn't mean a man who is playing a guitar. I want to say, you see the way you see as is all the time. This is ultimate wisdom in Buddhism, chain of all suffering in this life. If you want to overcome anger, overcome suffering, overcome depression and anxiety, the best way, as I told you, being aware of what you are thinking is the best way to solve right problem and attain Nirvana life. You know, to Dharma in Buddhism doesn't have inspiration quote. There are only the truth that everyone can understand. The ultimate goal of studying in Buddhism is to attain Nirvana only. It's not just about wanting to know what the Buddha taught. Then you will suffer again. Basically, you must first understand what the Buddha taught. The Buddha taught Dharma only. Dharma is the true nature of reality that has no name in any official language as we believe it. Dharma is not a human being, is not an animal, is not an object. Therefore, Dharma doesn't mean anything according to the meaning of the official language as we believe it. You are Dharma, I am Dharma. In this video, I want you to understand. Let's take a look. One, you suffer because you misunderstand. You misunderstand because you lack of wisdom. You lack of wisdom because you ignorant as sister is. And realizing of your thought as sister is can literally help you to become a wise person. Then ignorance will fade away by itself. I say this is not an exaggeration. Can you understand me? I say you suffer because you misunderstand. You misunderstand because you lack of wisdom. You lack of wisdom because you ignorant as sister is. Because you have never heard someone say like me before. I absolutely forbid you to practice about non-attachment and letting go. And I absolutely forbid you to practice about meditation and walking meditation. When you do like this, you were taught to believe this is walking and meditation. And meanwhile, while you are walking, you should say like this: lifting, moving, dropping, lifting, moving, dropping, lifting, moving, dropping. กูละเหนื่อยเลยไอ้เหี้ยมึงรู้ไหม in Thailand when you do like this is called เดินจงกรม In Thailand it's called เดินจงกรม but in English when you do like this lifting, moving, dropping, lifting, moving, dropping, you were taught to believe this is walking meditation to solve right problem. You were taught to believe when you meditate and when you do walking meditation, you will find true peace of mind to avoid suffering. I want to say it's impossible because our full self is doesn't exist. If you want to overcome anger, overcome suffering, overcome depression and anxiety, the best way, as I told you, being aware of what you are thinking is the best way. Meditation, you do like this, doesn't mean meditation. It's just a body posture of the human. And in the same way, when you do like this, it doesn't mean walking meditation. It's just a body posture of the human. Can you understand me? When you meditate, I want to know, have you ever reached peace of mind? No, you just do like this. Can you understand me? If you want to overcome anger, overcome suffering, overcome depression and anxiety, the best way, realizing your thought is the best way. Realizing your thought can literally help you to find the ultimate freedom in Buddhism instead of all suffering. You do like this. In Thailand, it's called เดินจงกรม In English, it's called walking meditation. You can repeat after me. Repeat after me. เดินจงกรม เดินจงกรม good job, excellent. เดินจงกรม เดินจงกรม cannot solve right problem. เดินจงกรม หรือการทำสมาธิไม่สามารถแก้ปัญหาชีวิตหรือดับทุกข์ได้ The best way is being aware of what you are thinking. In this video, I want you to understand. Let's take a look. The topic to speak in this video. Everything that's being perceived is not the truth, not the belief. It's just the natural phenomenon. Wow! Why did I say that? Topic to speak in this video, I say everything that's being perceived is not the truth, not the belief. It's just the natural phenomenon. What you see now is called phenomenon or something which happened to the mindful awareness. It doesn't mean a man who is speaking. As I told you, if you want to overcome anger, overcome suffering, overcome depression and anxiety, and finally attain Nirvana is right. When you listen to me, you must be broad-minded to listen and without prejudice to me. And consider along as I said over and over again until it's go deep into your heart. Then you will understand it. And finally, you will have opportunity to attain Nirvana life. Let's take a look. To Dharma cannot teach each other because the meaning of the language doesn't really exist. I said this is sound weird because you have never heard someone say it like me before. I said to Dharma cannot teach each other because the meaning of the language is such a fictional language and it doesn't really exist. Where can I find the meaning of the language? It's such a belief. Before talking about that, I have something to show you. Let's take a look. The word Avidyā is Pali language. It means ignorant in English. Ignorant doesn't mean lack of knowledge. Let's take a look. Knowledge is created by using fictional language to create content and story such as mathematics, science, music theory, etc. for teaching each other. But ignorance as it really is not about fictional language and cannot teach each other with the fictional language. Contents and stories in Pali are called knowledge. Again, contents and story in Pali are called knowledge. Wow! I said it as obvious. I say the content and story in Pali are called knowledge. To Dharma in Buddhism is not in the teaching of monk or nun, but it's in your thought, it's in my thoughts, as I told you. To Dharma cannot teach each other because there is nothing to teach. The same end, there is nothing to teach. This means because the meaning of the language, it doesn't really exist. And the meaning of the language is just a fictional language. The meaning of the fictional language, it doesn't really exist because you have never heard someone say it like me before. When you listen to me, you must consider along as I said over and over again until it's go deep into your heart. Then you will understand it. In this video, the story in this video, today I like to break down the story in this video into two episodes. The first one is, let's take a look. Episode 1, the decorated thoughts or thought process. Episode 2, realizing as it really is. Episode 1. From now on, the following an example I will show you can help you to understand about the decorated thought. Have you ever heard someone say it like me before? I say episode 1 is the decorated thought or thought process. The decorated thought or thought process is the heart of quenching of all suffering because we learn everything from birth to death through the decorated thought or thought process because you have never heard someone say it like me before. As I told you, I absolutely forbid you to practice about non-attachment and letting go, and I absolutely forbid you to practice about meditation and walking meditation. The following an example can help you to understand about the decorated thought. Okay. Let's take a look. Episode 1, the decorated thoughts or thought process. Okay. From now on, I like to talk about the decorated thought or thought process. Before talking about that, let me say something. The decorated thought or the thought process is the heart of quenching of all suffering. Why do I say that? Because we learn everything from birth to death through the decorated thought or thought process. The word decorated thought or thought process. Have you ever heard someone say like me before? If you want to overcome anger, overcome suffering, overcome depression and anxiety, you must try to understand this. Okay. I want to understand about the decorated thought. What does it mean? Let's take a look. As soon as you see this, you will try to believe this is a cat. In reality, it doesn't mean anything. It's such a phenomenon or something which happens to the mindful awareness. Again, as soon as you see this, you interpret within a fraction of a second by giving meaning and value to what you see, and you can know that what does it mean and end up at like or dislike. Can you understand me? As soon as you see this, you interpret within a fraction of a second by giving meaning and value to what you see, and you can know that what does it mean because you will try to believe this is a cat. When we believe or accept that this is a cat, there will be many details to follow. While you are seeing it, the decorated thought or thought process are on duty to think all the time. The decorated thought or thought process, it doesn't belong to anyone on this earth. It has no owner and cannot be stopped. Can you understand me? I want you to understand about the decorated thought, or the thought process are on duty to think all the time from birth to death. Decorated thought cannot be seen, cannot be stopped, and has no owner. It doesn't belong to anyone on this earth. As I told you, the decorated thought are on duty to think all the time. For example, again, as soon as you see this, in reality, you see the way you see the way you see it. You see as it really is, but you never realize your thought. You never use the language, say to yourself, I'm seeing a cat. I say this doesn't sound weird because you have never heard someone say it like me before. Again, as soon as you see this, in reality, you see as it really is. You see the way you see the way you see it. While you are seeing this, you never use the language, say to yourself, now I'm seeing a cat. Not at all. But you cannot realize your thought because you never use the language, say to yourself, I'm seeing a cat. I say this doesn't sound weird because you have never heard someone say it before. Again, as soon as you see this, within a fraction of a second, the decorated thoughts are on duty to think by giving meaning and value to what you see or hear and end up at like or dislike. In every life, there will be the decorated thoughts are on duty to think all the time, cannot be stopped, cannot be seen. Can you understand me? As soon as you see this, the decorated thought or thought process are on duty to think by giving meaning and value to what you see or hear within a fraction of a second and end up at like or dislike. And meanwhile, you can know that this is a cat because you were taught to believe this is a cat. When you believe that this is a cat, there will be many details to follow, such as, for example, You can know that. This is a cat. Many details to follow. Many details such as a cat has one head. A cat has 4 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. A cat has 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 tail. Where can I find a cat? In reality, what you see now doesn't mean a cat. Doesn't mean anything according to the meaning of the Portuguese language as we believe. In Buddhism, it's called phenomenon, or something which happened to the mindful awareness. Can you understand me? As I told you, in reality, to Dharma in Buddhism, it's not possible to see each other because there's nothing to see. Because what you see right here now in this world, it has no language to describe, has no language to say, because you have never heard someone say like me before. When you listen to me, you must be broad-minded to listen and without prejudice to be. And try to understand every story I convey in the video until it goes deep into your heart. Then you will understand it. What you see now, you see the way you see as it is all the time. You see as it really is all the time. You never use the language to say with yourself, I'm seeing a cat, I'm seeing a man. Let's take a look. It's the same way. As soon as you see this, in reality, why you are seeing this? You see naturally, you never use the language, say to yourself, I'm seeing a guitar, but you cannot realize your thought. You see naturally. As soon as you see this, in the same way, the decorated thought or thought process are on duty to think within a fraction of a second by giving meaning and value to what you see and end up at like or dislike. This story, you may accuse me I'm crazy. No, not at all. I'm Prahan in Thailand. I'm Prahan who can talk about this. Can you understand me? As soon as you see this, in Buddhism it's called phenomenon. In reality, the meaning of the language, it does really exist. I want to say, you see the way you see as it really is. You see natural. Can you understand me? In this talk, I want you to understand about the decreted thought or thought process are on duty to think all the time. Cannot be stopped, cannot be seen. As soon as you see this, at first, as soon as you see this, the decreted thought are on duty to think within a fraction of a second by giving meaning and value to what you see, and you can know that this is guitar. When you believe that this is real guitar, there will be many details to follow, such as you can know that this is a small guitar. The body shape of this guitar is called jumbo shape. This body shape is called jumbo shape. And this is a sound hole. A guitar has 6 strings. This is string 1, string 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And it's a fretboard. This is a fretboard. And this is a headstock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are machine head. We use machine head to increase or decrease. To increase or decrease string tension while you are tuning guitar string. For example, did you hear that? We use machine head to increase or decrease string tension while you are tuning guitar string like this. Did you hear that? This is a C major chord, an A major chord. A C major chord consists of the note C, E, and G because you believe that this is real guitar. The white dot is called guitar fret inlay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guitar fret inlay. This is guitar fret. This is the guitar fret. The metal strip that embedded in wood is called guitar fret. As I told you, everything in this world, in reality, it doesn't have the language to say. Everything in this world, it doesn't mean anything according to the meaning of the Buddhist language. In this video, I want you to understand the decorated thought or thought set are on duty to think all the time by giving meaning and value to what you see or hear. In the same way, why you are saying this, meow, 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 you interpret within a fraction of a second, wow, this is a cat voice, and while you are hearing it, bah, bah, wow, it means a goat voice. Not at all. In reality, it doesn't mean anything. The story in this talk is difficult to understand, or hardly impossible to understand, or you don't want to understand because you have never heard someone say it like me before. First of all, you must be broad-minded to listen and without pressing it to me. I want to say, meditation cannot solve life problem. Walking meditation cannot solve life problem. I try to explain about the decorated thought. The decorated thought are on duty to think all the time. Cannot be seen, cannot be stopped. This example can help you understand about the decorated thought. As soon as you see this, you interpret within a fraction of a second by giving meaning and value to what you say. It seems that we don't think anything. It seems that we don't anything. But in reality, you already think. As soon as you see this, within a fraction of a second, the decorated thoughts are on duty to think and end up at like or dislike. But it seems that we don't think anything. Every story I convey in the video, I want you to understand about the decorated thought or thought process. We learn everything from birth to death through decorated thought or thought process. Decorated thought or thought process cannot be seen, cannot be stopped. It doesn't belong to anyone on this earth. It has no owner. Okay. From now on, I like to talk about realizing ancestral is episode 2. Realizing ancestral is. As I told you, again, let's take a look. Before talking about realize ancestral is, you suffer because you misunderstand. You misunderstand because you lack of wisdom. You lack of wisdom because you ignorant ancestral is. Because you ignorant ancestral is. Realizing of your thought ancestral is can literally help you become a wise person. Then ignorance will fade away by itself. I want to say, I said this is not an exaggeration. The following an example I will show you can help you to understand about ancestral is. In reality, everything in this world is ancestral is all the time. You are Dharma, I am Dharma. You are universal truth, I am universal truth. Universal truth doesn't mean anything. Universal truth is ancestral is. The sentence ancestral is. The sentence ancestral is doesn't mean ancestral is according to the meaning of the Buddhist language. Can you understand me? What you see now, you see phenomenon or ancestral is. You see the way you see. Doesn't mean a man who is walking. Doesn't mean a man who is speaking. Hey man, you got the name. What's your job? Can you understand me? Doesn't mean walking meditation. You see as it really is. You hear as it really is all the time from birth to death. But you have never heard someone say like me before. I want to say, if you want to overcome anger, overcome suffering, overcome depression and anxiety, you must try to understand every story I convey in the video and consider along as I said over and over again until it goes deep into your heart. Then you will understand it, and finally you will have opportunity to attain Nirvana in this life. The following an example can help you to understand about as it is. The first one is what you see now. You were taught to believe this is a car and this is a man. Where can I find a man? Where can I find a car? The word a car and a man is just the belief in the meaning of the fictional language as we believe it, because you were taught to believe this is a red car and a man. I show you like this. Doesn't mean a car is moving, doesn't mean a man is walking. You see as it really is. I show you like this. I show you like this. I show you like this. You see the way you see as it really is. But you were taught to believe. What you see now is a man was hit by a car to death. Wow. As I told you, this is phenomenon. You see the way you see the way you see it. You see as it really is. When I show you like this, wow. In reality, you see the way you see as it really is, but you were taught to believe. What you see now is a man was hit by a car to death. Wow. Why did he say that? The sentence, a man was hit by a car, is just the belief in the meaning of the fictional language because you were taught to believe. The story in this talk I want to say is very difficult to understand or hardly impossible to understand because you have never heard somebody say it like me before. When you listen to me, you must be provided to listen and without prejudice to me and consider along as I said over and over again. I show you like this. In the same way, you were taught to believe. This is the white lion and the buffalo. In reality, what you see now, you see the way you see the way it is. Why you are seeing this? And why you are seeing this? Why you are seeing this and this? You see naturally. You never use the language, say to yourself, I'm seeing a cat, I'm seeing a buffalo, I'm seeing a white lion. And then I do like this. It doesn't mean a buffalo was killed by a lion. I say this doesn't sound weird. Because what you see now is just a phenomenon. It doesn't mean anything. It not be anything. If you want to be a wise person, you must try to understand every story I convey in the video. The story in this talk is suitable for only people who have the Buddhism. Those who can understand in this talk must be called an individual. But how many people are there? I believe that you are a wise person who can understand me in this talk. It doesn't mean a buffalo, doesn't mean a white lion. But I show you like this. Oh, you see the way you see as it is. Doesn't mean a lion, doesn't mean a buffalo was killed by a white lion. In the same way, doesn't mean A man was hit by a car. Can you understand me? I have something to show you. I have something to show you. Let's take a look. What you see now, you see the way you see as it is. Let's take a look. What you see now doesn't mean boxing. Where can I find? It's just a body posture of the human. Doesn't mean boxing. I say this that is self-weird because you have never heard someone say it like me before, as I told you. Okay. From now on, I want you to understand as it is. What does it mean? As it is, the word as it really is doesn't mean as it really is according to the meaning of the fictional language. Can you understand me? Okay. I have something to show you. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let me explain. In reality, what you see now, you see the way you see the way it is, you see as it is. It doesn't mean football. Can you understand me? Can you realize yourself? Why you are seeing this? You never use the language. Say to yourself, I'm seeing football. You never use the language. Say to yourself, I'm seeing football. But you see the way you see as it is all the time. And the next one, I like to show the next one. And the next one is, you see the way you see the way it is. It doesn't mean anything, but we name it. What you see now doesn't mean anything according to the meaning of the fictional language, but you were taught to believe this is horse racing. Where can I find horse racing? It's just a belief, because while you are seeing this, you never use the language. Say to yourself, I'm seeing a horse. I'm seeing horse racing. Can you understand me? The story in this talk I want you to understand. What you see over here now is that as it is, and the next one I want to show you. The next one. The next one is. The next one. You see as it is all the time, but you were taught to believe what you see now is this is war. No, not at all. What you see now doesn't mean this is war. You see as it is. You see the way you see as it is, because you have never heard someone say it like me before. While you are seeing this, you never use the language. Say to yourself, I'm seeing this is war. I'm seeing a soldier. Can you understand me? You see the way you see as it is. Okay, and the next one I want you to understand about as it is, and the next one is there. Let's take a look. The next one is you see the way you see as it is, but we name it. What we name it, what you see now, we name it. This is tsunami. Where can I find tsunami? The word tsunami is just a fictional language that for understanding. In reality, what you see now is natural. You see the way you see as it is all the time. But we name it. This is tsunami. Tsunami. It doesn't mean tsunami. It doesn't mean anything according to the meaning of the fictional language as we believe. Can you understand me? This is as it is. As it is. It doesn't mean tsunami, but we name it tsunami. Where can I find the meaning of tsunami? Because what you see now, you see the way you see as it is. If you can understand in this talk, that means you are wise. And the next one I like to show you. The next one is what you see now doesn't mean a monk who is walking, doesn't mean a monk who is walking meditation. What you see now doesn't mean a man who is walking meditation. You see the way he sees, you see the way you see, but you were taught to believe. What you see now is just the body posture of human, doesn't mean a monk walking meditation. Can you understand me? Okay. Okay. Let's take a look. I have something to show you. What you see now. What you see now. You were taught to believe this is a cat. And I show you like this. Doesn't mean a cat is in a box. And I show you like this. Doesn't mean a cat is behind a box. Doesn't mean a cat is on the right or on the left hand side of a box. On the left hand side and the right hand side. Doesn't mean a cat is in front of a box. Doesn't mean a cat is jumping on the floor. You see the way you see. Doesn't mean a cat is in a box. Doesn't mean a cat is behind a box. Doesn't mean a cat is on the left hand side. You see the way you see. You see the way you see. And I have something to show you. This is, you were taught to believe. This is a white paper. What you see now doesn't mean a white paper. When I do like this, doesn't mean that doesn't mean that I'm folding paper. Doesn't mean that I'm folding paper. You see the way you see the way you see what you were taught to believe. What you see now is a man who is folding a paper. Not at all. What you see now doesn't mean a paper, doesn't mean a man who is folding a paper. You see the way you see. And in the same way, I like to show you. Doesn't mean a bird is flying. Doesn't mean a bird is flying. กับ ไม่ได้แปลว่านกบินนะ I like to show you. Doesn't mean a bird is flying. Just kidding. The story in this talk I want you to understand. Let's take a look. What you see now, you were taught to believe these are alphabet. The first alphabet is the letter A, B, C, D. And this is number 1, 2, 3, 4. And the set is I love you, I hate you. 1 plus 1 equal to, as I show you. It doesn't mean alphabet in English. Doesn't mean number 1, 2, 3, 4. Where can I find number 1, 2, 3? Where can I find the meaning of A, B, C, D? Where can I find the meaning of I love you, the meaning of I hate you? You know. If someone sends you a message which wrote that, I love you, the matter in your thought is pleasing. You like the meaning of I love you. You want to keep it for a long time. Oh, I love you, I love you. But in the same way, if someone sends you a message which wrote that, I hate you, you don't like the meaning of I hate you. You want to kick it out. Kick it out. You can't understand the meaning of I love you and I hate you because you were taught to believe in the meaning of the language. In reality, the meaning of I hate you and I hate you is just the belief. It's in your thought, it's in my thought. Where can I find the meaning of I love you, I hate you? It's just a belief. It's invisible, cannot be seen. I want to say, the meaning of I love you, I hate you, and 1 + 1 = 2 is just a belief. I want to know, 1 + 1 = 2, where can I find? What does it mean? I want to know. 1 + 1 = 2, what does it mean? I want to know. 1 + 1 it doesn't really exist. It's just a belief. And I have something to show you. I want you to understand about episode 2. I want you to understand about realizing as it is. What you see now, you see the way you see, or you see as it is. You see as it really is all the time. You know, I want to say, what you see or hear now from birth to death, it's just as it is. I show you like this. Did you hear that? That's a Mikita sound. And when I say ba ba, doesn't mean ghost voice. Meow meow doesn't mean cat's voice, but you were taught to believe. What you hear now, ba meow meow meow, is as it really is. But we name it ba. This means ghost voice, and meow meow meow. This means cat's voice. Where can I find the meaning of cat voice and ghost voice? It's such a belief, you know. If you want to overcome anger, overcome suffering, overcome depression and anxiety, you must try to understand every story I convey in the video. When you listen to me, you must consider along as I said over and over again, until it goes deep into your heart. Then you will understand it, and finally you will have opportunity to attain Nirvana in this life. All as I show you, it doesn't mean anything. I want you to understand about as it is. I do like this. Doesn't mean a man who is walking. Doesn't mean a man who is playing a guitar. You see the way you see as it is. Can you stand me? The story in this talk can help you to understand about as it is. If you can't understand in this talk, that means you are wise. In the same way, it doesn't mean anything. When I do like this, doesn't mean a buffalo that was killed by a wild lion. No, not at all. Because doesn't mean lion, doesn't mean buffalo, doesn't mean anything. You see the way you see. And you see the way you see. Doesn't mean a bird is flying. You see the way you see. You see the way this is. The story in this talk is suitable for only people who have the most wisdom and want to end suffering and attain Nirvana in this life. Those who can understand in this talk must be called as individually. But how many people are there? I believe that you are a wise person who can understand in this talk. Nothing more to say than this. Please bear in mind.